In our first example, we're being asked to integrate 1 over the square root of 25 minus x squared. Now, this is not a standard integral. This is not in our table because the function that is under the square root is a quadratic. It's not linear. So we're going to use the method that we just learned. Now, because this is a quadratic that does not contain the middle term, the x term, I don't need to complete the square. I'm going to simply use this formula to derive the integral for this. If you mash them up, if you look at it, you'll see that you have your 1 over square root. You have your subtract x squared, which means your a squared is the 25, right? So in order to identify a, you want to rewrite 25 as something squared. And we know 25 is 5 squared. So for our first question, I'm going to rewrite it just in order to identify our a. Right? And now it is in this exact form, which leads us to the answer of sine inverse x over 5 plus c. For number 2, if you look at the formula that we would want to use, this is the one that we'd want to use. We'd want to use the one that has 1 over a squared plus x squared dx equals 1 over a tan inverse x over a plus c. The problem is here you have a coefficient of 1. Your x squared has a coefficient of 1. But in this one, in the question we were given, the coefficient is 9, which means there's something we need to do before we can get this answer here. What we need to do is we need to factor out the 9. Right? We need to factor out the 9 from our denominator. But remember, when you find, I'm going to just take it out of the integral sign. But remember, the 9 is in the denominator, so it has to stay in the denominator. So it actually comes out as 1/9. We must factor it out of both terms, not just out of this one. We have to factor it out of the one as well. That's going to give me 1/9. Right? And then I need to rewrite the 1/9 in terms of a squared. I need it to be something squared in order to identify a. And so 1/9 would be 1/3 squared. Now what I have to integrate looks exactly like what I have here in my formula. I have the 1 over, I have something squared, a constant squared, and I have the plus x squared. So this then leads me to, remember your 1/9 is on the outside there, right? Using the formula now, it's going to be 1 over a, and the a is 1/3, so that's 1 over 1/3 tan inverse x over the a. So x over the 1/3 plus c. But remember, we don't leave fractions inside of fractions. So we're going to simplify this. I'm going to end up getting 3 on top over 9. That's 1/3 tan inverse, and that would give me 3x plus c.